Welcome to the first time viewers. Welcome back to everyone else to Baltimore's #1 alcohol review show, BodyMore Bottles, with your host, Fonzarelli, aka Abraham Drinking, aka MC Hammett. Here today we got a little episode, something I've been wanting to do. I meant to do it when it first came out, but I'm just now getting around to it, so let's get to it. Today, we got a comparison, very first comparison episode that we have here. It's hard to do it by myself, hard to do it blind by myself, because I can't pour a drink and then forget about it for a while and remember which one is which. So I'm just going to give y'all the honest opinions here today. We don't come here to lollygag. Let's get straight into this body bag. We got, I think this is batch 14 of the Stagg Jr. Picked it up last year, I think, maybe year before last, as you can see. It's been indulged in. Had to keep it around because it's not easy to come around these stags in this area, very let alone at retail. Grabbed this from the store, still got the sticker on it, $70, $69.99. I never hit the secondary market. For y'all who know what the secondary market is, the secondary market is basically like sneakers. When you go on StockX or the GOAT or whatever, you go on to get sneakers secondhand, somebody buys them and resells them for a higher price. That's the same thing exists in the bourbon world. It's called the secondary market, where people get bottles and then they sell them for a higher price. I've never been on the secondary market. Anything you ever seen on this show has not been from the secondary market. Everything's retail. I don't even know how to find the secondary market. I did a quick search for the secondary market. I don't know how to get on the secondary market, let alone I don't trust niggas. So I'm not going to send you my money and expect you to send me what you said you're going to send me, unless this is a trusted source. Shout out to OC Bottle Service. But Stagg Jr, believe it's batch 17, 65.1% alcohol by volume, 130.2 proof, barrel proof, unfiltered, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Again, there's the label. On the back it reads, George T. Stagg was born in Kentucky on December 19th, 1835. Stagg built the most dominant American distillery in the 19th century on the banks of the Kentucky River, during a time known as the Gilded Age of Bourbon. The distillery survived floods, fires, droughts, and even prohibition. When it made whiskey for medicinal purposes, today Buffalo Trace Distillery strives to carry on the tradition of its famous forefather. Uncut and unfiltered, this robust bourbon whiskey ages for nearly a decade and boasts the bold character that is reminiscent of the man itself. So, Buffalo Trace distills this Stagg and Stagg Jr, which we got here today. Going up against this Stagg Jr, we got in the red corner, from the good folks over at Taste Select Repeat. Shout out to Pierre, shout out to OJ. We got what they dubbed the Stagg Smasher. Middle West Spirits, straight wheated bourbon from TSR. Comes in at 126.6 proof, 63.3% alcohol by volume. Only 84 bottles. They give you the mash bill on here. That's what I love about them. Sweet corn, non-GMO, 68%. Soft red winter wheat, 16%. Dark pumpernickel rye, 11%. Two-row barley, 5%. Barreled on February the 13th, 2017. Hand selected by Jeff Lamb, Pierre Auguste, and O.J. Lima. On the back it reads, Michelin Reserve carries the weight of a legacy. It's a spirit crafted with care that proudly bears the name of the grandfather who inspired it all. The Michelin Reserve blends sweet yellow corn, soft red winter wheat, dark pumpernickel rye, and two-row barley for flavor that's smooth, smoky, and softly sweet. When you raise a glass with friends, let them know it's proudly from the Middle West. Get a good look at that label again. Middle West Spirits, straight wheated bourbon whiskey, TSR pick. If you've been here before, if it's your first time, we don't come here to lollygag. Let's get straight into this body bag. First, we're going to try the Stagg Jr. Get ourselves a nice little pour. So you can see that nice dark color. It's been sitting around for maybe a year. Nice dark amber color. Let's get one for the nose. Ooh, heavy on the ethanol off the bat. The normal bourbon characteristics come to mind. The caramel, the vanilla, the oak, the leather. Very strong, not very, check this word out that I just learned. It's not very approachable. Meaning that you can't just stick your nose in there and get a smell. You know, so it's not very approachable. But I get bourbon, meaning vanilla, caramel. I get the oak, I get the leather, maybe a little bit of licorice. When I say licorice, I mean the black licorice. Let's go on for the taste test. Cheers. Remind you, this is 65.1% alcohol by volume, 130.2 proof. Let's go on for the taste. As you can see, very strong, heavy on the alcohol, very long finish, very long chest feel. Let me remind y'all, that chest warm, we're going to call it the BodyMore Bottles Grab. Shout out to the Black and Brown podcast. Shout out to the plug for giving me that very long BodyMore Grab. Vanilla, oak, pause, but it's very woody. It's going for take two. And take three. it's a flavor that I can't quite distinguish right now. Maybe it's that black licorice a little bit. Some type of spice. More caramel than vanilla on the palate. Still mixed with the oak. It's barrel proof, so you're gonna get that oak and the leather, but more so the oak. Kind of reminds me of root beer a little bit. Not just a root beer soda, but like if you ever like a strong root beer, like, and you can taste those the root that they use for the root beer. I think it's sassafras or something, whatever it is. Like, it's kind of got a root beer taste to it a little bit. It's strong. It's very strong. And if you're not a fan of barrel proof bourbons, then you won't like it. But if you're a fan of heavy alcohol content bourbon or heavy alcohol content period, you'll like it. I enjoy it. Me, myself, personally, I give that a good 4.2 on the BodyMore bottle scale, just because it's heavy, strong, gives you a long BodyMore grab. That's what I'm looking for in my high proof bourbons. So let's get ourselves a palate cleanse before we move on to number 2. Now, like I said, that was the Stagg Jr batch 14, I do believe. If I'm incorrect, correct me in the comment. Now on to number 2. Midwest Spirits straight weeded bourbon whiskey from TSR, Taste Like Repeat. If you're not a member of Taste Like Repeat, I suggest you go on to tastelikerepeat.com. I'll throw it up there for you to go ahead and get a quicker recollection of the website. But here we got Taste Like Repeat of Midwest Spirits straight weeded bourbon whiskey. 126.6 proof, 63.3% alcohol by volume. Let's get us a pour. To me, that looks darker. It says on the side, it gives you the mash bill. I already stated that, but it says it was brewed in 2017. The 13th of February of 2017. It's a very dark alcohol, very dark amber. As you can see there. Let's go on for the nose. Not as quite heavy on the ethanol. Still heavy on the ethanol. But much more approachable than that Stagg Jr. Probably because it's a little bit less. The Stagg Jr. I think was 130 proof. Yeah, 130.2 proof. 65.1%. But it's a little bit lighter for some reason. Maybe where they kept it in the Rick House, but this is a little bit darker. A little bit more approachable. Same bourbon notes coming through, the vanilla, the oak, the leather. Getting a little tobacco even. That's all I can distinguish right now. Let's go in. Before we go in, let's do a double check. Make sure our palates are very cleansed. Because we want to make sure that we're going to be serious about this comparison here. Because it's not a blind. We know what the Stagg Jr was now. So let's make sure we're very clear on what this TSR Middle West Spirits is. Alright, it's time for the palate. Cheers. Off the bat, I get vanilla and leather. But it's very tasty. Like, I get sweet notes out of it. Whereas though, even though it's a high proof, it makes me want to have another drink of it. Like, just to see like, I know it's a high proof, and I know I'm getting the vanilla and the oak out of it, but it's sweet, and it made me want to take another sip. So let's go on for number 2. Bang. I'm not getting that licorice flavor or the that root beer root that I got from the Stagg Jr. Maybe it's because it's weeded. The BodyMore grab is not that heavy. It just makes me want to drink it again and continue to see what flavors I'm going to get out of it. I couldn't even explain to you right now the flavors that I'm getting out of it. But I can tell you that it's good. It's too bad it was only, what, 84? Yeah, too bad it was only 84 bottles and you couldn't get one. If you got one, then salute to you. Cheers. Go pour you one right now and take a sip with me. But if you didn't get one, then I apologize for getting you this episode too late. I promise you the next Taste Like Repeat bottle that I get, I'm going to put it out ASAP so that you can go ahead and sign up. No, you should be signed up by now, but that you can go ahead on there and grab you a bottle at the time that you see this review. But this one is gone, and I'm sorry, folks, because you missed out on a good one. On the BodyMore bottle scale, all fairness included, because I can't be biased. Because if I was biased, y'all not going to come back here and watch these episodes. So, I'm going to be truthful to y'all right now. I'm going to take one more sip. I'm going to give that a 4.5 body bags out of 5 on the BodyMore bottle scale. OJ and P, I know what they doing, man. When I figure out how to incorporate guests, I have them on there and maybe they can explain to you why they know what they're doing. But they know what they're doing. Go ahead on tasteselectrepeat.com. Sign up to become a member so that you can get your emails and know when they dropping something, and then you can go ahead and grab that bottle, because they're not going to put out nothing that's less than a banger. BodyMore bottles on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. If your subscribe button is red and you're watching this on YouTube, click on it and turn it gray. If you don't have a like already, click that thumbs up. If you didn't leave a comment, go ahead, leave me a comment. I'll holler back at you. If you want a more rapid response, holler at me on Instagram, BodyMore Bottles. Or you can holler at me on Twitter, BodyMore Bottles. It's your boy Vonzarelli, a.k.a. Allen Iverson, a.k.a. Chic Hooch, a.k.a. Abraham Drinking, a.k.a. What a.k.a. did I use today? I don't even know. Barrel Strawberry. We're going to use that one. Telling y'all to be safe but stay dangerous. Drink responsibly. And most importantly of all, buy them bottles. Peace.